So the next day, I do the same normal routine. Take the kids to school, because it's Monday. Take the kids to school. Come back. D asks me what I'm doing today. I'm like, I got to make these meal preps. So I go in there, start making the meal prep so he can send them, so he can have them when he get ready to leave to go with his clients or whatever not. And when he was off and on his way, I changed my clothes. I got Kion up and I got in the car and I went to my old job, my old job at Solomon I. I walked in and I was just like, hey. And the HR manager, she was just like, hey, what? Hey, girl, how you doing? How you been? How you feeling? And I'm like, yo, I'm good. And then like all my old coworkers that was still there was like, oh, hey, Key, how you doing? How you doing? How you feeling? They were so excited to see me. So I'm like, yo, I just came to talk to her right quick. They was like, oh, you coming back? I'm like, I'm finna see if I can. So I was talking to the HR manager, and I was just like, hey, is it okay if I come back part-time? She was like, yes. When can you start? When can you start back? How are you feeling? How's everything? Were you cleared with your doctor? I'm like, yeah, I was cleared. I can start back if I'm able to start back. She's like, of course you can start back. Which days are you wanting to work? You just want to do part-time? You sure you don't want to come full-time? Like, we can sit you in the office some days so you can, like, switch so it won't be too much on you. I'm like, just part-time. Just part-time for right now. Because, you know, we got this personal training business going right now, too. So I do have to train people as well. And I was like, okay, we got that. So which days do you want to work? I was like, can I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday? He was like, yeah, that'd be perfect. And I'm like, yes. So, do you want me to start this week? She's like, next week, because we got to do the paperwork and everything. So next Monday, you're going to start back. I was like, okay. Man, when I left, I text Jasmine. I was like, oh, I'm starting back work. And then I instantly delete the message. Because I ain't got time for D to see that and be like, yo, what the fuck you mean you starting back work? Because his ass be looking through my phone. So I was just like, I'm excited. Cool. So I end up going home, happy as shit, excited. I'm just like, hell yeah, I'm about to start next week. And I'm like, oh, shoot, Kion's daycare. So I go to that text message, find the number, call her, and I was just like, hey, I got your message, and I do need childcare right now. She said, oh, when do you want to come tour? I was like, do you have a spot open today for me to come tour? Because it looks like you're 4 minutes away from my house. She was just like, that's perfect. Yes, you can come right now if you can. I was like, okay, yeah. So me and Kion, we go to the daycare. Of course, it's an in-home daycare. It's her house, and the daycare is in the basement area. But she was like showing me like how she got the layout, and then she was showing me the play area outside. And she was showing me all the cameras to let me know that there's cameras everywhere that we'll have access to. And I'm just like, this is perfect. And Kion was so happy to see it because he loved this lady. Like, he loved this lady. And I'm just like, yo, this is so perfect. So as we was walking out, she stopped me and she was just like, look, I know at the last daycare y'all had a little incident with his dad. And I was just like, yeah. She was like, I can't have any of that here. I was like, it's not going to be any of that. It's not going to be any of that. She was like, okay, I can't have any of that here. I was like, okay, it's not. She's like, but I'm so glad to have Kion back, to see Kion. He's doing so good. Like, yeah. Because she was the one that was helping him learn how to walk when he was in daycare. So it's just like she saw him take his first steps. Well, not his first steps, but his first steps there. And all. So it's just like she was just so excited just to have Kion. So I'm just like, okay. And then as I got in the car, I'm like, shit, I parked the car. So the thing with the GPS is, like, as you're moving, it's tracking your location, but it doesn't give an exact location of where you are unless you park the car. While you're moving, it just shows where you're moving. once you park the car, it starts a log on when you park the car, like what time you park the car, and like what time you start the car and move the car. So it keeps a timeline on all of that. So I'm like, fuck, I parked the car. I'm like, hopefully he does not look at my driving history. Hopefully he doesn't. So I'm just driving. I go back to the house. And when I get back to the house, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go get the kids from school. So I go pick up the kids, go back to the school, and D called me. He was just like, hey, what you doing? I was like, oh, I just got back to the house picking up the kids. Why? You need something? What's going on? He was like, no, I was just asking, because you're just moving around a lot. And I'm like, what you mean I'm moving around a lot? He was just like, oh, I got an alert that there was the check engine light came on your car off the GPS app. I'm like, you got an alert that the check engine light came on in the car on a GPS app? He said, yeah, it alerts you when stuff comes on like that. And I looked, I'm like, but my check engine light isn't on. That he was like, yeah, that's why I figured it was just a fluke. And then I just saw you moving around. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm back at the house though. He was like, okay, all right, what you do today? I was like, I did a lot of door dashing. And he was like, okay. All right, well, I'll see you when I get home. I'm like, okay, I'll see you when you get home. So things were like, I wouldn't say that they were normal, because in that household, it was not normal, but it wasn't bad, like terrible. It was just the same normal routines. D would go to work. I would find his clients, do the meal preps, dash for this week, like I'm dashing, like getting everything together for Kion to be able to go to this daycare, getting everything set up, figuring out how I'm gonna be able to start back working without D knowing, and all of that. Still talking to my sisters every day, like video chatting them every day, checking on their logs, making sure they're eating what they're supposed to do, like eating what they're supposed to eat, talking to Ronnie, like giving him his workouts, like just being the normal self. So as the days go by, it was time for me to start work. When that Sunday came around for me to start on Monday, I was like, so D, on Monday, I have a neurologist appointment. He was like, you have a neurologist appointment? What you gonna do with Kion? I was like, I was hoping that your mom could watch him for a little bit, or I could take him to Jasmine. And he was just like, why don't you just leave him here with me? And in my head, I'm like, I can't leave him here with you, because I'm going to go all the way to Bowie to work. And I got to be to work at 8 o'clock. So I got to go to Bowie to go to work and then come back here. Like, I can't leave him with you, because if I leave him with you too long, you're going to get suspicious. And I was just like, well, see, the thing is I don't want to leave him with you, because after my neurologist appointment, so I got to do an MRI, and then they want me to do a CT scan, and then I got to do another EEG. He's like, why you got to do all of that? I'm like, they just measure and make sure things are good. And I don't know how long that's going to last. Like, I may be there till like 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock. And he was just like, well, I can stay here with Kion. I was like, you're going to miss out on your clients. It's okay. I'm like, you know what? I can just reschedule all of that for a different day and just dash today. And he was just like, nah, you ain't got to do that. I don't want you to have to like reschedule. So yeah, just drop him off at my mama's house. Like, Amanda should be there. Like, just text Amanda, make sure it's okay, and then just drop him off at my mama's house. I'm like, all right, but I would have to leave early in the morning to drive him all the way to your mom's house. And he was just like, where's your appointment again? I said, it's in Greenbelt. He was like, okay. Oh, you do have to wake up a little bit early to get there to beat traffic. He was like, so how about this? You wake up, take the kids to school, go do your appointments, and then I will drop Kion off at my mom's house, because my client is kind of around in that area anyway. So I just drop him off at my mom's house. And I'm just like, yes. Because in my mind, I'm like, nigga, I know your client ain't around the area that your mama live at. Come on. Be fucking for real. But I don't care. Whatever. So cool. Next morning, woke up, took the kids to school, went to work. On my lunch break, I kid you not, I'm sitting in the car and D calls me.